Hello, all you lovely people. I had an epiphany today and I wanted to share it with you. My coach was saying the truth is a double edged sword, and oftentimes we are very convinced with our view, with our convictions, and we think that we have the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and everybody else that says otherwise is either lying or they're stupid or they're fooled into believing what they believe. And yesterday I listened to a very groundbreaking conversation between Dr. Wolpe and, sorry, Rabbi Wolpe and Dr. Gabor Mate, two extremely opposing views. And I learned so much from that conversation because it was not about talking over each other or talking like on social media where everybody just posts stuff, like talking at each other. We're not having a real conversation. We're just constantly shouting and spouting information. And most of the time it's just rhetoric that we've continuously kept on repeating and repeating until it becomes like a slogan, and it means nothing really because it doesn't explain anything from your heart. It's just saying something. So why did this statement, the truth is a double-edged sword, really, really like rip through my heart today? Because it took me back to my younger years when I was still Hasidic, and I found out the truth about a lot of things that I was told, which I was like blown away, like, oh my goodness, the focus in Judaism, in history of Judaism, was not on technical stuff like kissing the mezuzah and making sure that the Negelwasser should be next to the bed, and making sure that you wipe your hands enough times before you wash your hands to bread. All these things that have become like the focal point in my upbringing were not really in the tradition of Judaism the main focus. The main focus, as Hillel HaZaken had said, don't do to others the harm that you don't want to be done to yourself. This is like the most important essence of Judaism. And once I really dove into that subject, it's something that was so heartwarming to me to know that my tradition is about human connection. It's about kindness. It's about like all these things that I've heard sprinkled into my teachers' conversations with us, was really like, it came all together in such a beautiful way where I wanted to share it with the people that I cared about, but I couldn't, because the truth is a double-edged sword. When you hear the truth about something, it's very hard to accept it. If you are really going to accept it, it will have to inform your further actions. It will have to inform everything from now on. And that is a huge commitment. That is a very big undertaking that not everybody is ready for. And that is the brokenness of the social media model, where everybody is just screaming into a, what is it called? Like an echo chamber. We're not really having a conversation with each other. We're not really listening to each other. Like, the art of listening has almost been forgotten, and it's really essential for human connection. And if we really understand the depth of starvation that we have for real human connection, and how much it's making us so deeply miserable, and actually making us project that misery, because misery looks for company, right? So constantly the people that are starving for human connection are subconsciously craving for it and creating an echo chamber, which is not real human connection. It's actually a performative connection. It's like connecting under the condition of you have the same slogans as I have. And what happens is we go around and the most essential part of our life is missing, which is connection. And the destruction that comes from not having any human connection, like, we're seeing it unfold in front of our eyes. There are so many horrible things happening in the world, and there's so much complicity to it because there's no one to work with. We feel isolated in everything we crave to create in the world, all the good things we want. Anybody that has a heart and wants to make this world a better place, if not for ourselves, at least for our children and future generations, is acutely aware of how the divide and conquer model that has always been the best strategy of those in power to keep us submissive and to not allow us to exercise our own power of really creating change in the world. It's something that it's constantly shown to us online. It's always present. This talking at people, like really shooting down people. But the real change happens from actual heart-opened conversations, and not everybody is ready for that. And we need to understand that and not try to impose. Like, everybody has a different process of change, right? We cannot just instantly, like a click of a button, like we have been trained to believe that the world works like that. Like online, you just click a button, you send an email, you click a button, you order your Amazon package, you click a button and the restaurant sends you your food. It's so tricky to really remember that natural human beings are not like that. We have a process, and everybody of us has a different history that informs our process. Like, we all have our own baggage, our own experiences that can block us from change at some point, especially when it's with a approach of trying to impose it, right? So the truth is a double-edged sword. It's so hard to come to terms with that. As I started my story back when I was still living in Tash, it was tremendously painful to me when I tried to share with my the people I cared about all the things, all the new findings about the tradition that I treasure. It was like I was talking to deaf ears. They were starting to look at me as like I am the problem. And until I realized this song, change yourself and you will change the world, that is the only tool I have. Like, going inward instead of trying to outsource the change, going inward instead of trying to there's like this visceral feeling when you find out a truth and you want to like involve somebody else in the responsibility of creating that vision that you have, that only you are powerful enough to start that creation. But it's so easy to try to offload it to somebody else, but they have their own journey. They have their own vision that they have to materialize. We all are pieces of a puzzle for creating a better world, and nobody can do our job for us. So I hope this helps, and I rambled a little, but just felt like I needed to share this idea of like, when we have compassionate curiosity, this is actually what changes the world. Not like if you did post or you didn't post, or you're talking against anti-Semitism or not talking against that. We are all unique human beings and with a unique job in this world. And honoring each other is the first step to having any positive change in the world. Thank you for listening.